All right, folks. Welcome back to the 2017 Golden Gate Bonspiel. This is Draw 11. It's an in-house battle between Walsh and Bone. Walsh is actually half wine country with Portia and Aria, so it should be a good game. And we're lucky to have Cameron Kem to comment. So he'll be taking over the mic and cluing in on all the happenings. As we go into the game, we'll just quickly recognize all of our sponsors, Sonoma Cider, and the volunteers that make this happen. So let's just go ahead and bring up the sheet, and let's see what's. We haven't chosen rock colors yet, but we'll get that established once they have. Okay, over to you, Cameron.
Thank you very much, Tony. This is the first of the quarterfinals that we actually have going on for this draw. In Draw 11, we have two. We have the C quarterfinal events that are starting right now between Pool A and Pool B on Sheet 2, which is the Grim Sweepers versus the Back End Collision. You're going to watch Sheet 3, which is the Pool E versus Pool F C quarterfinal game between Sarah Walsh and Douglas Bone. And on Sheet 4 is going to be actually a final pool game between the Ice Mafia and Cautionary Tale, both teams out of the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club. Here's that Team Bone has won the hammer. And we're going to see the lead for Team Walsh, Claudia Moore. Claudia Moore is going to put up a center guard there. And Doug is going to go ahead and have the lead Amanda Chang throw up the corner guard. Corner guard's coming in pretty nicely. Ends up a little bit heavy. I think the sweepers overswept that a little bit. But giving the opportunity for Aria Moore to throw the takeout, since that blue rock is touching the ring, it's no longer in the free guard zone, and it can be removed from play. Nice hit. And it's going to get that blue out. It was pretty close to behind that center guard there, left up by Audia's first shot. Doug's going to go ahead and ask for the corner guard again from the lead, Amanda Chang. He was going to come up right to the exact same spot that Amanda Chang left it for that first one. Sweepers weren't on this one, so just a little bit heavy. I'll also update you as we go through the rest of the games here, especially the other C quarterfinal game on Sheet 2. Second, Portia Stephenson. Almost a mirror image shot of what Aria Moore just threw, and actually gets a nice roll tucked behind. line 2, mostly behind the that little center guard there. It's off the center line, so there's still a chance to be able to get at those 2 rocks. You might not be able to spill them, but if you're able to just kind of get to the nose of that top yellow there in the 8th foot, you might be able to stick that blue, and that would be a really nice free situation. The second for Team Bone is Jeffrey Lundy. Hoping for just the peel, though, it appears. And get that out. No point. You can leave a corner guard here. That's fine. There are 2 yellows there in the middle. You probably want to try to get a crack at those. It's still the first end. Still pretty early. Still trying to make sure we understand what the ice is going to do here. Portia Steffens is going to go ahead and put up that center guard again. People are on this. They're trying to make sure they get over that hog line. So the entire rock has to be over that hog line in order for it to count and be in play. And it appears to just get it over. A little bit better on the center line. Nice for center guard that was left there from Audia's first throw. But we're going to see Doug ask for his second, Jeffrey Lundy, to go ahead and throw the again on that center guard. Able to peel off the yellow center guard. Unfortunately, that does leave, hit it a little too square, does leave the blue rock hanging up there still. So it sort of gives Sarah a chance to put up another center guard and make it really difficult to get to those two yellow rocks. This is going to be thrown from the Vice, the third, Brianna Weldon. Sweepers are calling for a 5-6. It's a little bit heavier than you want. A 5-6 is going to be the white and the blue rings here. We're looking for just a guard, but that seems to really have come down there. So I think that's just kind of a fresh spot, brand new spot. Sweepers haven't been out that far. This does actually leave a bit of a hole. There's a bit of a gap here that you can see in order to get to that. So we're going to see the third here, Andy Carl from Team Bone. Throw the hit. It's going to need to curl a little bit. There it goes. Just gets past the top center guard there. Able to squeeze that one out and actually leaves the blue shooter there, sort of tucked behind that yellow center guard that was thrown there by Brianna Weldon. Still sitting shot is Team Walsh here at the top of the 8th foot there. But it's a little bit less scary for Doug, as he was sort of facing 2 that were pretty well frozen. That he now has one of his own rocks hanging out there. I'm also invited here by Tony Del Porto and his big toolbox. So if you hear any metal clanging, that is him. Well, geez, buy me dinner first before you do that. Brianna wanted to throw a 4-5, just trying to tuck in behind that center guard and leave that yellow rock covered. Unfortunately, that kind of ran a little bit straighter. I think a little bit straighter than what they were expecting. Gives access a chance for Andy Carl to throw good away takeout at that yellow rock. Sweepers are on this. That blue guard. And just takes it, gets a rub, and it's actually, going to be able to actually spin that shooter into the top 12 foot. It's letting Team Bone sit second and third shot. Still one for Team Walsh in the 8th foot there. It's a little bit scary, I would say. If you're Team Walsh, you want to make sure that you are trying to sit 1 and 2 here, make it really hard to get rid of both yellow rocks. Otherwise, that will leave Team Bone with a chance to get a big end out of this. So you can either throw up the guard and just guard that center rock. That can be hard if the guard overcurls a little bit. It gives Team Bone a chance to kind of hit that and maybe tuck behind cover, make it really hard for Sarah's final stone. The other option is to try and just draw in for a second shot, and I think that's what we're going to get here from the skip, Sarah Walsh. Sweepers are on this pretty early, so they're thinking that it's pretty light. We definitely want to try and sit second shot here. And this is definitely light. Just gets over the hog line. Does leave a guard. Makes it hard to get to that rock. You can't come through it on the left side without wrecking on something. Try and actually get to the yellow rock coming the other way, throwing the intern at it. This might be able to curl enough. It's got to curl past. It's got to get past the guard and then curl about another 6 inches. I think it's very likely there. You can't come out the other way, so this is perhaps Doug's best chance to be able to get access to it. But he can really only throw hack weight, maybe board at it. It does curl on this side. Sheet 3 is by far one of the swingier sheets that we have here this weekend, so he might be able to get there. We'll see what Skip Douglas Bone has to offer. This is his first of 2 rocks, and he does have the hammer. It's actually really big weight coming from Team Bone. It almost looks like we're going to go for the run back here on the top yellow. Oh, he got really lucky there. That was a very fortunate miss by Doug Bone. I think he may have been, I think he was, given the way it appeared, I guess he was trying to throw the run back all day, but he ended up hitting it a little bit too thin, but actually was able to get the redirect on his other blue rock and actually roll behind the foot. So he is currently sitting shot, but this does give Sarah Walsh the opportunity to hit this and lie to, making the draw really hard for Doug and making the hits really hard, not give up 1, maybe 2 to Sarah in the first. Ideally, if you have the hammer, which Team Bone does have, you would like to score. Well, you like to score, but you like to score more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 would be great. If you're the other team, if you're the yellow team, if you're Sarah here, you want to try and not let them get that. You want them to have 1 or get some points yourself. This rock is hanging out there. It's got to curl up a little bit. Doesn't. And it's going to actually roll really wide. It's going to roll to the middle of the 12-foot. This is going to leave Doug just the quiet hit on that top yellow there. Sit 3, blue. That'll be hammer. He would like that. He'd like to have 3 going into coming out of the first end. Definitely still a jam possibility. If you hit the yellow rock on the left side of it, you can't see it right now, but there's a rock in front of Andy, who is the vice for Team Bone. There it is. You can see but there is a possibility to jam that yellow and still give up 1 to Sarah. So you want to make sure that you hit the yellow rock on the right side or the outside of the rock. If you lose your shooter, that's fine. You get 2. That's going to be okay, but if you have the opportunity to score 3, why wouldn't you? Final stone for Team Bone. It's a little wide. This rock has got to curl. You want to hit the yellow. Well, he's going to get lucky. He is going to hit his blue rock and redirect onto the yellow. That is going to give them 2, and I think he'll be okay with that. He's not happy. He'd like to have the 3, but he's going to be okay with getting 2 in the first end here. Gives him a 2 up advantage on Sarah Walsh, and going to try and find some other opportunities throughout the game to score multiple points. Going into the second end here with lead, Amanda Chang. And the sweepers are calling back house. That's not going to be good. You would like for the rock to at least stick in the rings. This does seem to be a little hot. It might come down. There, yeah, it's going to curl up a little bit. It's going to stick there in the back 12 foot, which is an ideal. Gives an opportunity for Team Walsh later on in the game to maybe come up to it. But instead, Sarah's going to go ahead and throw up the corner guard. Tight corner guard there. This is coming from the lead. Aria Moore. I wanted a guard. I wanted it to be a 3, which would be just outside of the red rings. This is coming in pretty deep. Coming into the back 4 foot, back 8 foot, 8-9s, numbering system that we use, developed by the Herbie team back in the early 2000s. This does come back pretty deep. This does give an opportunity for Amanda Chang to come down and freeze on it. Again, a little bit heavy from Amanda. They didn't want to just kind of freeze on it. They didn't want to move the yellow at all. They did move the yellow back to the back 8, back 12 foot, but they are sitting shot. Gives a chance for the lead Aria Moore to throw a takeout, try to get out maybe that top blue at least, but maybe also get rid of that back blue. And this is over curling a little bit. This might go ahead and jam on the yellow, and in fact it does. Losing the shooter, losing the back yellow. There are 2 blues in the rings, sitting 1 and 2. But they are in the back of the house. Ideally, you want to have some rocks more in the front of the house here. So they're just going to call for a 4-5, try and sit in the top 12 foot, top 8 foot, and hopefully eliminate the access of Team Walsh to those back blues. Also put some more pressure on Team Walsh. They'll be facing 3. They're going to want to try and get rid of some rocks here. This is the second for Team Bone, Jeffrey Lundy. And you want it to be in the rings. It's going to be high. It's going to leave a guard. Maybe not ideal. This does give a chance for Sarah to wrap around it. But it does appear to be instead they're going to go ahead and throw the takeout on that and just get rid of that center guard and give themselves for action center. Walsh Stephenson's going to throw the peel on that center guard. Ooh, they're actually going to miss that, but they are going to go ahead and kill one of the back blues there. So definitely a good miss to make that you're able to still maybe get one of those back blues. Now it's easier to get rid of both. It's easier to get rid of one blue that's left on its own as opposed to getting rid of two blues that are kind of stuck to each other. Still leaves a guard though, and that's not what they would have liked. So this gives a chance for the second Jeffrey Lundy to wrap around that center guard, sit two, and sit them two buried. Fortunately, it gets a bit of a wick there. They move that center guard. There's now two center guards. They would have loved to have just come right around behind that. Gonna give a chance for Walsh Stephenson to maybe herself come through that port and wrap in, unless she's gonna throw. No, actually gonna go ahead and just throw the peel here, it appears. She's lucky she'll get both of those two blues out. She does, but unfortunately she leaves that yellow rock. Again, another center guard. And ideally, if you're the hammer team, which Team Walsh is, they have the hammer, which is that last rock thrown. You want to try and keep that center path open for access. It's very easy for the team without hammer. You just kind of want to wrap around those center guards there and make it really hard for you to have your final shot. You want to score more than 1 point with the hammer, but you also don't want to give up a big end. This is going to give a chance for the third Andy Carl to throw up a 5-6, come behind the center guard and lie to. Doesn't get the curl that they want. It's wide open, and it actually cues up a nice double takeout here. Get those two blues out, lie one. This is coming from the Vice, Brianna Weldon. A little bit outside, it appears that Brianna may have just kind of set the rock out just a little bit upon release, and she's only going to be able to kill the one top blue. And that's not a bad miss to make. That back blue, while it's still counting, it's potentially could be to your advantage. You maybe will freeze on that later on in the end. There's only 3 more rocks left, so you want to make that decision quickly based on what Doug leaves. I'm going to try to come wrap around the center guard again. This draw is definitely wide. It's got to curl up a little bit. Actually, going to go ahead and have the sweeper on the left there, Jeffrey Lundy, kind of sweep with the direction of the curl and try to get that rock to curl a little bit more than it would on its own, and does a little bit. Still leaves a double takeout here for Brianna to get rid of both of them, and even if that's not the case, you still might be able to get a nice roll behind your own yellow guard. Only gets the top blue, doesn't get the double. Rolls a little bit too far, rolls to the edge of the 12 foot. Doug's going to go ahead and just ignore that rock. They are sitting 1, and this is ideally a chance for Doug to sit behind that yellow center guard and draw for 2. It's going to make Sarah have to make a decision here as to how can she get her 2 points with her last 2 rocks. While we're waiting for Doug to inform his sweepers as to what call he's going to make, I can update you on the scores from the other two sheets. On sheet 2, which is the other C quarterfinal game that we have here between Grim Sweepers and Beck and Collision, the Beck and Collision was only able to get 1 with their first. And on sheet 4, the last of the pool games between Ice Mafia and Cautionary Tale, Ice Mafia was able to steal 1. This is Doug Bones' first stone, the skip of Team Bone. Just wants to be behind that, tucked in nicely behind that yellow rock here. This is looking a little hot. And doesn't get the curl that they would have wanted. They come up to their back blue. They're gonna, Sarah Walsh is on that one. So once that blue rock goes behind the tee line, the skip of the other team, or the person in charge of the house, can sweep that other rock. She does. She still is lying third shot only. The blue are still the top two. But this is going to give a chance for Sarah Walsh to try and get her own deuce. We call this a skip's deuce if she can make it a 2 on her own. She's going to come behind her own yellow off-center guard, make it hard for Doug to get rid of it. He's going to have either maybe a quiet way to take out or the run back if she can sink this. You'll also notice that Sarah Walsh is sitting in the other hack. You've probably seen everybody else put their foot into the left side of the hack. This is the lefty position. She is a lefty. And, kind of weird, but that's how it goes. And for all of you lefties out there that are watching this, sorry about that. You're just a little different. You're hard to teach. When you learn the curls, us righties can't teach you the same. We don't have that balance with our other leg and other hand. This is a little bit heavy. She would have loved to have come behind the yellow center guard, but she's actually going to go ahead, kind of snuggle up next to that blue there. From this angle, it looks to me that blue is shot, but I don't know if Doug's going to worry about that. I think Doug is going to go ahead and just try and get that yellow out, maybe roll over to the other side of the sheet, make the force happen there. While we wait for Doug Bones' throw here, I'm going to go outside and figure out what the Wi-Fi password is because I appear to have lost it. Figured out the Wi-Fi password, so I'm also updating the Bonspiel for the fans at home as well while we're here. We're going to see Doug Bone go ahead and draw. He's not going to go ahead and get rid of that yellow rock, which makes me pretty confident that he believes he is the shot rock. He's going to go ahead and going to come heavy here. That yellow rock back, so he's definitely now lying 2. And it's actually really hard to get rid of both of those blues, or really even get rid of one blue, because there's a lot of backing there. So this is just going to leave the force for Sarah Walsh. She's just going to draw probably she's got backing. She has those blue rocks that she can touch and still be shot. So I think she's gonna, throw the draw for the tee, but she's a little bit heavy. I think she'll be okay with that. Final stone coming from the skip, Sarah Walsh. You need a piece at the forefoot. Sweepers have been on this the entire time. And this looks like it's going to come up light. They get into the 8-foot, so this might only be the steal of 1 for sure. And they're kicking it away like it's a steal of 2, but we will update you as soon as we know exactly what that is. We'll update you on the score from that end once we have it on the board. But we do know that Team Bone was able to steal that end as we see the lead. Amanda Cheng is throwing her first rock. Doug Bone calling for a 3 here. Wants the guard. Although this is Sweeper's finally getting off of it. I think they thought it was light initially, and they're actually going to come in to a 6. Unfortunately, it actually goes to a corner spot of the ice, which I don't think was what the intention was. Ideally, if you don't have hammer, you want to try and come close to the center of the rings there. This is going to leave the opportunity for the lead Aria Moore to freeze up on that top of that rock. We can also go ahead and update you that, in fact, it was a steal of 2 for Team Bones and there. Fortunately, the buck wasn't able to make it over the hog line, so it was removed from play. And this is going to leave chance for the lead, Amanda Chang, to calling for a guard, calling for a 3. Hearing T line from the Sweepers, which is maybe a little bit heavy, but this might not be, not be terrible. This is in fact going to come up to a 2-3 there. And ideally, when you have the lead, you're up 4, you don't want to really leave too many guards in play. This is going to give a chance for Aria Moore to throw the quiet takeout on that blue there and try and get a bit of a roll behind that blue center guard that was left there. This is going to be probably Team Walsh's best ways to generate some points here. And this rock is hanging out there a little bit. They are going to stick and remove it. They wanted to roll the other way, but they're not mad about rolling to the corner. Bone's going to call for the 6, come behind his blue, slightly off center guard here that was left. This will be for the second, Jeffrey Lundy to throw. Bit of a confusion here between calls of Doug Bone and the Sweepers. The Sweepers were calling for a 4. Ends up actually going to 4 would be the top 12 in the top of the red rings there. It ends up going to an 8, which is back 4. It's probably not. It's a really not a good position. You are very behind your guard, but this does give an opportunity for Sarah Walsh to come up to that blue rock. She would be under a guard, and she would be on the tee line, which would be potentially a good setup for them. This will be coming from the second, Portia Stephenson. Here in control weight, not exactly the weight you want to hear when you ask for pack weight. Moving really quickly. It's a little bit too heavy. It's just gonna go right by everything. Not even get a wick on the guard. Not even get a touch in the back there. Not a good shot. She won't like that on her highlight reel. This is gonna give a chance to Doug to throw up another guard, protect his rock there in the back fort. I also don't have a problem with really going to hit that yellow rock there to the side. You don't want to, when you're up this much, you probably don't want to leave too many rocks in play for your opponents. You want to try and only give them one or give yourself the opportunity to steal more. But I think this is part of Doug's strategy. I think Doug's seeing that he's got an opportunity to generate some points by coming around his center guard. Unfortunately, this is going to come up light from Jeffrey Lundy. Sarah is not going to waste any time. She doesn't want to leave those blues hanging up there, so she's going to go ahead and ask for the PO from Portia Stephenson, just get rid of everything, open it up, and give them access to that back blue. The really nice rock from Portia. She's able to hit the crotch of those two blues, roll her yellow to cover her corner guard there, get rid of both of them, opens everything up. You have easy access. As a really nice shot. The corner guard is certainly a bonus. I don't think that was part of the expectation there. Still leaves blue shot, but this is a much easier chance. There's a much easier chance to get to that blue rock. So they were able to kind of get a slight guard. It's still enough. You can still probably see enough of the back blue in order to get at it. But Sarah's going to just play it clean, open it up, make sure she has very easy access to that blue rock. It's a little bit wide. Brianna Weldon's asking, can she get the back one? Fact is able to get the back one, but she doesn't stick her shooter around. She would have liked that, but she is still buried behind her corner guard there, so not the worst. No more blues in the house, but that's going to be fixed hopefully by Andy Carl's second rock here. Hopefully he has a better feel for draw weight because he threw it light first time. He's going to throw it a little bit heavier. He needs to only throw it about 4 or 5, maybe 6 feet heavier. Well, maybe like 8 feet. He wants to be touching a piece of the white ring there. That yellow rock you can see is in the full red. And this is not going to curl. This is going to hang out there. And he must have been a little bit wide. It's also going to be maybe a smidge heavy. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit heavy. Ends up back of the 4-foot. Gives a chance now for Team Walsh to lie too. Quiet hit. Maybe they can come, get a roll behind that blue center guard. They would be behind the tee line, which would be advantageous for Team. Max coming in nicely. They want to get a roll. Nose is okay. And actually, nose is actually pretty good. It's not necessarily the easiest. You can't really freeze on that yellow rock and get shot. I don't think Doug's going to worry with that. I think Doug's just going to try and get rid of that yellow rock and maybe roll behind his blue center guard. able to get the hit there. Yellow Rock is going to roll all the way out, though. Doug would have really liked to have stuck around. This is going to give a chance for Sarah to draw behind that blue guard. She draws behind that blue guard. It's going to be really hard for Doug to get rid of one. He's going to have to throw a run back, or he can draw closer to himself. But this is a possibility. There are two guards there, and gives you an idea potentially of the minimum number of points that Team Walsh might be able to score here. If they're able to get behind this blue guard, Doug's going to be, make a shot to get rid of one. Otherwise, this could be a chance for Team Walsh to take 3 here in the third end. This is Sarah Walsh's first rock. She does have the hammer. Line 1 behind a corner guard. This is her chance to get that draw weight down and try and maybe generate some multiple scores here. This rock is not curling though. This has been something that's been consistent if you've been watching the sheet, that it's been a consistent lack of curl. Maybe the ice makers have been doing something. It's not as curly as it was we saw yesterday. Definitely moving almost 4.5, 5 feet. It's kind of moving about 3+ish. And while Team Bone makes their final decision for his final rock and gets down to the ice, I'm going to get coffee because it is frigid in here.
Yes, line. Yes, line. Off. Off. Yep. Yes.
Well, got my coffee. Doesn't look like there's still a chance here for want to try and get to this blue rock here, but it's not curling yet. This is kind of, we've been seeing this part run really straight. Needs to curl up, needs to touch that blue. And it's just going to go right. Well, it does get the wick, but it's going to roll too far. Steal of 1. More for Team Bone. Another steal for Team Bone is going to give Amanda Chang the opportunity to come into the rings. It's going to come in heavy. And it's going to be very similar to what she threw in the second end there, which ends up being back 12. But Sarah is, again, going to ignore that. She needs to generate some scores here. A score of, score of 2 or 3 would really give the opportunity for Sarah to get back into this. I think she's just gotta rely on her leads, rocks to leave up some good guards and hopefully get the second and the thirds to get behind those guards. Maybe we'll require some misses for Team Bone to not be able to get access. But as we see here, this is a little bit hot. Needs to have been a 3, and this is coming up way heavy. It's coming back 12, and this is going to leave Team Bone shot. Doug's going to call just for a 3. He wants to guard that rock. Not a bad call. It's part of their strategy. I would try and keep most of the rocks in the rings. Don't want to leave too many guards. It just gives more opportunities for Sarah to come around them and generate those multiple scores. But yeah, that's what he wants. It's part of the strategy, and it's worked so far for the first 3 ends, so it's essentially a good one to go with. In fact, Doug will get a 3 from the gang. Sarah's going to use that to her advantage. Coming at it with the out turn, it's possible that if Aria is a little bit heavy, she'll have a chance to hit that back blue rock there. But ideally, they're going to wrap behind that blue rock. And this is going over curl, tap the blue into the rings. It does still leave a yellow guard in place, but that's doing a lot better job of protecting that blue rock there in the back 12. And Doug's going to play a little bit, I guess, defensive here is what I would say. He really wants to keep that blue rock there counting, so he's going to throw up the center guard. And this is coming from the second, Jeffrey Lundy. I'm getting a weird look from the, I guess, live broadcasting peanut gallery back here, Monica Hernandez. This rock's not going to get the curl, but it's going to get the tap. It's going to tap it up to the top 8 foot. That's going to be shot. It's going to be under a guard. This is going to be potentially a chance for Sarah to generate some points, but Doug's going to want to peel that guard right away. Gonna get the whiff. Gonna kill the back blue. This is gonna leave Team Walsh lying first and second shot, and this is kind of what she was looking for. She needed a bit of a miss, and it looks like she got it from the second Jeffrey Lundy. Once at the wrap around, but I think we're gonna get another tap here. They're actually gonna hit it on the wrong side. They're gonna hit it on the outside. It's gonna get rid of their center guard that was protecting their 2 rocks. They are lying 3, but there is a chance for Doug to get rid of a couple rocks. Doug's only going to call for hack away here. I think what he wants to do is he wants to hit the yellow rock there on the center line and roll behind those 3 guards up top. It's a pretty good call if he can make it. Jeffrey Lundy's on it to get some more curl, but it's also not that heavy. Call for hack away that ends up only being about back line weight. Still leaves the yellow rock in play. And unfortunately, this is leaving 3 yellow rocks in the rings. So even though it looks to me like blue is sitting 1, a nice hit to get this blue out will leave yellow sitting 4. This is the equalizer that Sarah Walsh was looking for. Coming from the third, Brianna Weldon. He's able to sneak it right through that little port there. Yellow, Team Walsh is lying 4. But that center path is still open. There's a chance for Doug to maybe now come in and freeze to that back yellow rock there. He's going to call for the 6. Just come behind his blue off-center guard. But he's got the ability to freeze to that if he's a little bit heavy. Jeffrey's on it to get a little more curl, try and get to that back one because it is again heavy. One of the 6 it ends up being an 8. That's it's a pretty good rock. It's back 4, but it's really primed up to maybe jam on that back yellow rock there. So you want to get to the inside of this rock. Good thing is that Brianna pretty much just threw this rock. It's just in a slightly different position. But if she makes this will be leaving Team Walsh lying 5. 3 of those rocks will be behind the tee line though, so this does give a chance for Doug to still have an opportunity to save the end. This rock's going to need to curl up a little bit. It's floating out there. Instead of getting the blue, what they end up doing is they end up kind of unlocking those 2 yellows there at the top of the 12-foot. Still leaving blue lying shot, but it's definitely scary. They're lying. Team Walsh is lying 2 through 6. Though he's got to make a very careful decision here. He does not want to leave a double opportunity for Team Walsh. Otherwise, they might be lying 7. Actually, they'll be lying 6. There's a yellow rock up top. Doug's going to come in and try and draw to the top 4 foot behind his center guard, make it really hard for Sarah to have a chance to get rid of 2 blues at the same time. You gotta be a little bit careful here. We've seen some of these rocks, if you're a little bit wide, they don't curl up as much, so it's going to be really hard to get behind it if he's a little bit wide. First stone coming from Douglas Bone. Line doesn't look bad. It still needs to curl up a little bit. It's going to hang out there and run straight. And it's actually going to... Actually, almost looked like it may have picked and went the other way. It does cut down. It does only leave Team Walsh lying second, third, and fourth stone, I believe. Sarah's going to have to be careful here. Now it's a little bit harder with that yellow rock that was kind of raised up. It's going to be a little harder to get to that blue rock and squeeze it through the port and stick. Why does it need to stick, though? Lying second, third, and fourth wouldn't be awful. Still behind the tee line, though. Doug would have a chance to freeze onto it and cut down the damage a little bit before the rock. But this is the first stone coming from the skip, Sarah Walsh. And the fourth end, she does have the hammer. Wants to get some points here. She is down 5. Rock needs to curl. It does curl up, but unfortunately it's not enough to get the yellow rock out, or get the blue rock out, excuse me. It does leave a cozy little pocket for Doug to sit on in. Make it really hard for Sarah to score in this end if he's able to lock it on right on the pin. Team Walsh is lying first and second shot right now. This is a chance for Doug to take the end away from Team Walsh. Final stone coming from Douglas Bow. This a little bit heavy, doesn't get the freeze, and this does look like it does give a chance for Sarah to score 5. If she hits the blue, and Sarah, if you could just move for me, I would greatly appreciate that, so I can tell the viewers at home what you are going to do. She can't hear me from this far, sadly, so I'll just have to wait 1 second. Sarah can hit this blue rock there at the back of the button. She can hit that close to nose, just a little bit on the inside of it. She should be able to get the two blues out. Now, it's possible, and actually it does look like from here that she might kill that back yellow there, but she would still get a chance to score probably 4 here if she's able to make this shot. They've been a little wide on this, so she's got to be careful. Make sure she hits the broom, make sure she hits it right. Getting 3 is not bad here. Getting 4 is great, but she's got to score here. Final stone, Sarah Walsh. Miss Rocks needs to curl. It looks like she may have put it out just a little bit. Well, she unfortunately gets a small wick from the top blue there. She is going to score 1. I think she really she had a chance to score multiple points here, but perhaps this is the momentum change that she needs. Maybe she needs to play a steal game right now, get some points here. She's up. She's got 1. There was a chance to score multiple. She's going to try and do it again here in the 5th end. While we are here and waiting for the lead, Aria Moore to throw her first rock of the 5th end. I can update you on the scores from the other end. We have a really tight game over here on sheet 2 between the Grim Sweepers and Back End Collision. They are currently tied at 3-3. In the 4th end, we're coming up on the skip of Back End Collisions. Aaron Burgart's first rock. He does not have the hammer here, so we'll see what they're able to generate there. And we're still waiting on the 3rd end to finish up here on sheet 4 between the Ice Mafia and Cautionary Tale. The Ice Mafia, also known as the Kiddos, the juniors of the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club, they are up 3-0. We see Aria Moore's first rock come up a little bit heavy, covering the button a little bit. Doug's calling for a 3 here. Now, it's a little bit unusual, I'd say, if you're up 4 to throw a corner guard. Ideally, you don't want to leave guards. It just gives an opportunity for the opposing team to come around that and score multiple points. But this has sort of been his strategy all game. Even with the lead, he still wants to throw guards and force the game in. So we'll see if this works out for him. Sarah's going to go ahead and throw up the center guard. I think that's what she wanted the first time, but Aria came up a little bit deep, so this is a chance to Aria to redeem herself. And this rock's going to come about 2-3 feet deep. Doug's going to go ahead and try and come behind his corner guard there. They wanted to come behind the corner guard there. Unfortunately, it kind of rubs a little bit off of the yellow rock there. It does push it behind the button, though, so that might not have been a terrible thing. But this does give an opportunity for the second Porsche Sevenson to throw the takeout on the blue there on the tee line, roll perhaps behind that blue corner guard there, and line 3. Gets the nice takeout there. Doesn't roll to the right, rolls to the left. Leaves a double there, but it is certainly a hard double. You've got to worry about that yellow rock up there at the top 12. You don't want to wick that. Although if you do wick it and get rid of it, that would be the worst thing in the world.
Yep.
Looks like he just gets it. Jeffrey's able to just get the double out there. Very nice throw from the second Jeffrey Lundy. Team Bone is lying 1. But this is an opportunity still for Sarah to generate some points here. She's going to try and throw the takeout and roll behind the corner guard. Second, Portia Stephenson. That's a ton of weight. Does kill the back blue rock, but it does not stick the shooter. Doug's going to go ahead and clean shop a little bit. Open up the house. Don't leave any yellows, and I think this is a really, really solid idea. Don't want to leave too much hanging out there. Sleeper's got on this. Appears the rock may have jumped a little bit. Gets to the nose. That's not a bad call. Sarah's gonna make a decision here, though. Yeah, she's just gonna go ahead and hit. Maybe roll behind the corner guard there. She could have come around that. Could have come around that rock actually. Maybe come to the back 4 foot. But just try to use those guards, use those rocks as guards, and try and generate the steal there. She certainly wants to steal at some points here in this end, and she wants to come back. And she's gonna have her Vice, Brianna Weldon, throw the hit, get the roll. Hit coming. There's not much of a, there's a little bit of a roll. Able to stick it. But Doug's going to go ahead, and he's just going to go ahead and use that corner guard. He has the corner guard. He wants to use the corner guard. And so he's going to ask for his third, and Carl to draw right behind it. Rock is coming up deep and is not going to curl. You can see all of it from the hack. Or pretty much all of it, I would say. Yeah, you can see all of it, it appears. This is going to give a chance for Brianna Weldon to freeze on top of it. He looks like she's going to throw a hit. She's going to throw what appears to be a board weight hit. If it's been on this, though, this rock is certainly curling. They got to sweep hard in order to avoid that guard. And definitely was not control weight, but they're going to roll it into the rings at least. They're lying second and third shot. Easy access to the blue rock now. Doug's going to go ahead and call for the normal weight takeout. Ideally, Andy will make the takeout, do a little bit of a roll to cover his rock there at the back 4. Lie 2. Sleepers are on this. Actually gets a really nice roll, covers part of it, does leave the double though, but certainly gotta be careful to make this double. Looks like Sarah's going to go ahead and try here for the double. Lie 2. Pretty open, good availability. So Doug would be able to probably throw the hit, maybe get a roll, but should have access. This would be sort of an ideal force situation to force the opponent to only take 1 point. And this rock is curling really hard. They're going to get a piece of it, and they're not going to get it out. They're going to be... Bone's going to be lying 2 with the hammer. Looks like Doug's going to want to go ahead and just try and throw a rock toward that part, try and cover up some of those rocks there. Part of the problem is that ideally, in I guess what I would say is a typical situation when you're trying to score multiple points, one of the strategies that you can use is to split the house, where you try and throw rocks on both sides of the rings to make it really hard to sort of double them out or get multiple points out. But the problem here is that there is that blue rock sitting there back at the 4-foot. And that really gives an opportunity for Sarah to actually come down and freeze on that, making it really hard for Doug to get it out and maybe give her the steal. So he's going to go to that side of the rings, try and cut down the draw opportunity for Sarah to get to that back rock and freeze on it. So this is actually a really good call. Certainly, if it overcurls, it will still leave Sarah with the opportunity to. And if he's light, he's going to leave Sarah the draw to come and freeze on it, and it's going to be really hard to get it out. So he wants to make this pretty good. Trump wants for it to be full 12, maybe in the 8-foot even fine too, but you don't want for it to be behind the tee line here and give Sarah more backing to use. The rock's good weight, but unfortunately it does overcurl, and so it's going to leave Sarah the freeze onto the back one to try and generate the steal here, at least generate the force as opposed to giving Doug a chance to score multiple points in this end. Got to make this perfectly, though, in order to save it. Sarah Walsh with her final stone, make the freeze. And this is going to come up. It's going to come up light. Able to lie third shot, I think, but I don't think Doug's going to worry about that. I think Doug's just going to try and draw for 30. Really, if Doug is able to make this draw for 3, this could really make it a really tough game for Sarah to come back in the next 3 ends. It's off of the yellow. This draw is going to come in really nicely for Doug. Actually, is it heavy? Is it heavy? It looks like it may have been just a little heavy. It's definitely two for Team Bone. We'll find out if it's 3 or if it was in fact 4. Doug calls for his lead, Amanda Chang, to throw up the 3. What he's gonna get is gonna get a nice 3, nice draw from Amanda Chang. Sarah called for Aria Moore to draw behind, but unfortunately she's just going to tap up the blue center guard, so it leaves the center guard for Doug, and it has him lying in the 12-foot. Doug's going to go ahead and try and play it aggressive. He wants to steal. He's going to throw up a second guard for Amanda Chang to 2 feet, 3 feet later. And we can finally confirm for you that in fact it was a steal of 3 for Team Bone in the 5th end. Well, not a steal, actually. He had hammer, so not a steal. He just got 3. A little bit heavy. Still leaves a staggered set of guards here to use. Sarah's going to call for the lead, Aria Moore, to throw the run back, but it's actually interesting. As long as that top blue doesn't go out, this run back will stick, but you have to be careful. It is the free guard zone still. Does not get out of the ring, so that's a good use of the free guard zone, except that it does not get the blue rock out in the 12-foot. So, leaving a center guard. Doug's going to do a little bit of a tap here. Called for a 7, called for T-line. Tap up that blue just back a few feet. Leave another guy there, kind of create another set of guards. Just gets a bit of a wick off the yellow there, opens up access to that blue rock. Sarah's going to go ahead and throw the hit, try and get behind her own yellow guard. She wouldn't mind rolling the other way either. And she's just going to miss everything. Porsche's not gonna be happy with that one. Misses the hit, doesn't get the roll. Doug's gonna go ahead and just do another tap again. Try and get a second rock here for Jeffrey Lundy. Looking pretty good. Gonna get it around the yellow guard, just gets by it. Very nice draw here from Jeffrey Lundy, going to the top 8 foot there. Really nice draw. Really good controller draw weight there. Gonna give Porsche Stevenson another chance at this. Coming at it this way, there's a chance for a double, but it would be okay with just getting one and sticking around. Light roll over. You have to be a little bit careful. You want to make sure that you hit the yellow without taking out the blue. Normal white takeout coming for the third Andy Carl. Just want to get the.
Are you including Joe Smith in the commentary, please?
I am getting word here from sheet 2 that they would like a plug for Joe Smith.
Joe Smith!
And there's your plug for Joe Smith. Brought to you by Sonoma Cider. Ooh, called for the normal white takeout, but gets the miss there. Just whiffs it, and this is going to give a chance for Sarah to do a little bit of an angle slash roll here. Angle the yellow onto the blue, get that blue out, roll behind the yellow guard up top, roll behind those blues, and she could be lying 2 buried if this is a good shot from the third, Brianna Weldon. It's a little bit, it does get rid of the blue, but it was a little bit too thin. Unfortunately, it's going to roll out the shooter, and a chance for Douglas Bone to allow Andy Carl to hit the yellow rock out. Successful takeout there. Rolls out. Gonna give a chance for Brianna Weldon to draw behind her guard. Really good draw attempt from Brianna Weldon. Doesn't get buried though. Doug's gonna have a chance here to get that out. Here comes the hit from Douglas Bone. Goes around this. Looks like it's going to potentially get a wick. And it's not going to hit enough of that. It's not going to hit that blue up top there. Would have been an opportunity to kind of roll on in, take away some of the momentum, and stick around. So now Sarah's got to make a decision here. Has the hammer. She has one wide open and exposed. So where do you put the second rock, or first shot, in order to try and, one, guarantee yourself 2 points, but also, is there a possibility for you to get 3? At this point, she's going to come ahead and come behind the corner guard there, so she's going to more or less concede to a deuce. Doug's going to probably hit the open yellow rock, unless there's a double left if that rock comes a little bit too deep. And then Sarah will have an opportunity to either hit or draw for her second point.
was trying to add more cameras, but it seemed like I was doing that, the down to nothing, didn't it? Kind of crashed, sort of.
Is there a way to? Well, wait. So you're saying are they both on right now?
Let me just open this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Open the second one.
Saw the takeout from the second of Team Bone, Jeffrey Lundy, getting rid of the yellow that was splitting the house. Team Walsh is lying one over there on the 12 foot, outside 12 foot. The Doug Bone is also lying second shot. Staggered guard, so I think there's a chance to come around them, but Sarah's going to go ahead and try and guarantee herself 2 points here by splitting the house. And that's going to come up heavy and through the rings. So Doug's going to go ahead and just get rid of the other yellow rock here. We understand we're having a few live streaming problems. We're just trying to get those bugs fixed out so that you viewers at home can have a fantastic live stream experience. I'd like to thank you for being patient with us as we ensure you have the best live streaming possibilities. Just to kind of catch you up here on the seventh end. Mostly a lot of missed shots from Team Walsh and some opportunities for Douglas Bones' team to live three right now. Uh, this is the second. This is the first rock of Sarah Walsh. Try and generate 2 points here by coming around all of those rocks there. Sarah's going to come up light on her draw, so Doug's just going to go ahead and either block the path, come on in, but Sarah Walsh is at most going to have 1 point to get from this end, and it's going to be hard to get 6 in one end to tie this game up. You might see handshakes. We can also update you on Sheet 4, the final pool game between Ice Mafia and Cautionary Tale. Ice Mafia got a steal of 3 in the 5th end. He can get 8-2 and a final score there. We can also update you on Sheet 2 in the other C quarterfinal game. We had a steal of 1 by backhand collision. The score is tied 6-6 going into the last end. Grim Sweepers with the hammer. This draw from Sarah is going to come into the top 4, but we're going to have handshakes and we're going to have a final score here of Team Walsh 2, but Team Bone coming out on top, really aided by by those 2 steals there in the 2nd and the 3rd end. 3 didn't hurt in the 5th. Team Walsh is done on their game, and this is going to be a final. Team Bone will move on to the C semifinal tomorrow morning. They'll have the night to rest up and prepare themselves. We'd like to thank you for joining us this afternoon to watch the C quarterfinal game between Team Walsh and Team Bone. At the end, Team Bone was making a lot of shots, really aided by a really good steal game, and that's going to send them into the semifinals. I'd like to thank some people to help us out with the live stream, with the Bonspiel, with the Ice Crew, and Sonoma Cider. This has been Draw 11 of the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club Golden Gate Bonspiel 2017. There's one more game on the ice right now that's going on Sheet 2 between Backhand Collision and Grim Sweepers. Please follow along at bondspieler.com for the score updates for that. We're in the final end. This is going to be a tie game. Someone's going to win it out of this end. Yeah. I mean, I'm done, but I'll let the credit.